to yet another tarot reading, right? Sorry, the camera's gonna be a little bumpy for a minute. But I gotta get things situated. So, hello. It's like bumping into my knee here. Sorry, guys. I'm doing the live off of my phone, so you know that moves around. Definitely not a stationary item in my house. Not like it used to be, right? We used to have just a phone on the wall, right? And if you're old enough like me, you remember that that wall phone also could have been a rotary phone, okay? So the original dial-up, right? Okay. Rotary. Quantigy. I want to hear that song. I wonder if they played that at all during their Sphere run. That is one of my favorite, like, Trey songs. It just is. Let's see what we're gonna do today. Maybe just a simple past, present, future. Since it's the weekend, you know, we'll take it easy. Not gonna get anything into anything too serious, right? Maybe that's what somebody thought in their relations with you. Like, this isn't anything serious, right? We'll see. Maybe that's the topic of conversation, okay? So, what does this collective need to know today, please? No, what that is. This is not exactly, it's like a fringy, you know, like doodad thing here to cover, you know, it's supposed to look cool. I think though, like if you were gonna be, you know, put this on something, maybe like you could be crafty and like staple it or something. You know what I mean? So it doesn't move around. Um, like it's okay on here. It's just, I mean, I got it at the Halloween store. It's not like it's some super nice quality thing on, you know, but it was like very cool looking and it was 50% off. Same as my votive that I got. That's the tarot votive, right? Okay. Let's see what we have for the collective today. What do we need to know? Somebody could like the movie The Wizard of Oz. 6 of Pentacles. Somebody enjoys stability. Somebody could have been enjoying your stability, right? You know, like it's tax time rolls around and your friends are like, "Hey, let's go spend the money," or you know, maybe somebody that you used to kick it with, as they say. That's what my ex said, that he was kicking it with somebody. Well, you know, he was supposed to be living with me, but you know, he was gonna kick it with this girl for a while. Like, well, if you want to do that, then you're not sharing in my 6 of Pentacles, are you? So go find your own shelter, bud. They always think they're gonna get away with it, and it's like they're just gonna keep making those 48 hours and Dateline NBCs. I mean, that's just gonna go on and on, you know, because they always get found out. So somebody here sees you as an easy lover. You may have had a deceptive lover in the past, all right? And I think maybe somebody who saw you as an easy lover thinks that they are going to be able to kind of, I wouldn't say cock block, but maybe interfere with your plans of you giving your love easily to the person who's, you know, also giving it to you, right? The Seven of Wands and the outcome. Yeah, so collective, you may appear a little prickly to this person, especially if you see them out in public, right? But it's just, well, you're not in that kind of relationship anymore, and especially if it was one that was unbalanced, which often the Six of Pentacles, when that comes up in a reading, it's often due to something being imbalanced, okay? And somebody potentially taking advantage of the situation. Because, overall here, the collective is a very giving, uplifting sort, okay? So that's, part of their nature, and that's why somebody saw you here as the easy lover, right? Is that Phil Collins? Alexa, who sings Easy Lover?
Easy Lover is by Philip Bailey and Phil Collins.
And Philip Bailey. Okay, maybe he has. I did not know. I don't know if that guy was in Genesis or maybe he was just a co-writer on the song. Anyway. Yeah, and it's like somebody thought that they were your co-writer, like your co-signer, like they thought you were getting this abundance like in part because of them, right? Well, I'm the lucky charm here. I'm the one who you, you know, no, they were just an opportunist. Okay, and it didn't matter if they were hanging out with you or they were hanging out with so and so, they were still the same opportunist, okay? Um, but the way they were getting away with it, again, they thought you were kind of somebody that they were gonna get away with this with, like you were some easy target here. Um, so now that retrograde is like come to an end, which I believe it technically has now, um, you know, you're like taking these practice swings and it's like somebody's like, oh, what? Am I in your way now? And it's like, actually, yes. Like, didn't you get the memo? Like, that was 6 years ago, okay? Like, stop trying to resurrect something that never was, right? So, for a lot of you, I feel like this is just somebody who might be jealous that you're in a healthy place or dealing with other people, right? With the lovers here, because for you, collective, this is feeling very much in the upright. You may have been having some ringing in your ears as well, okay? So, clarifying this Six of Pentacles here, the Sun card, this came out on one of the cuts earlier. So, collective, yes, you are enough, right? You decided that a long time ago. Mm-hmm. Queen of Pentacles, and you may be someone like the Queen of Pentacles, okay? And you're like, look, I know how to take care of me and mine's. Sorry, I thought I was like lending a helping hand when in reality, what happened is when you got with them, like your gifts to them ended up illuminating their shadow side. And it was like, oh, it's like, wow, they don't really appreciate that, do they? And like any good Queen of Pentacles, she's not going to be wastefully donating her resources, is she? Okay. So it's not that the Queen of Pentacles doesn't still want to share, right? All right. Her abundance with, you know, the world in a way. But she definitely wants it to happen with people who, you know, actually want to put their foot in front of each other. You know what I mean? Like the Queen of Pentacles isn't going to walk the path that she already walked, you know, for somebody else. That's not how it works. So here with the lovers, yeah. I feel like you've been eliminated, collective, okay? Especially if you are this earth energy. So Virgo, Taurus, Capricorn as well. Wow, Four of Wands. Somebody. The lovers and the Four of Wands. That's, yeah. Gemini with the lovers also. Leo with the sun. Capricorn over here with Mr. wanting to get in everybody's business. But it's like, I feel like it's going to be too late. Like, it's like by the time they receive the message, it's like, oh, sorry you didn't get your invitation in the mail. Yeah, like the lover's leap already happened. You know what I mean? Like, you didn't. This is like somebody who's like ex-wife or ex-husband is like mad that if you're like, say you have an ex-wife or ex-husband, or just you had a partner, and like for some reason, especially probably if you have kids, this is probably more the thing. Because it's like if you don't have kids together, it's like, why would they feel this attachment? It's very strange. So this may be happening as well for some of you. Okay. I don't know your exact situation. Um, yeah. It's like, you know, the one of the exes decides, they find somebody and they're gonna, like get married to that person or whatever. And then the ex comes out of the woodwork and is like, well, you didn't ask me for permission. It's like, excuse me? I don't need your permission, right? Like, you're not above God. You're right? You ever hear that one? Who died and made you God? That's what the devil wants you to believe, right? Mm-hmm. Like, I'm the only way. No, no, you're not. Shut up, stupid. How do you think the Donner Party died? Because they went the wrong freaking way, right? Because they were listening to, you know, ilk when it came to messages. Okay? So, this is the thing, collective. It's like, so this person might want to, yeah, like, and they might get notice of this happening like after the fact, so that could be part of you needing to put boundaries up with this person too, and just saying, like, look, um, I can't really talk to you right now because um, I'm involved with somebody else. You know what I mean? And the thing is, it's like, it's not like you were really involved with this person anyway. And that's part of what this devil is here too. It's part of that illusion it's not real. Like, oh, you have to, in order to survive, you know what I mean? It's like this person thought you wouldn't be able to survive without them, and you're like, oh, exactly. What do you think I've been doing over here? It's like, you're not very bright. Okay. And that's maybe part of this light bulb that turned on for you, collective, here with the sun. That it's like, you know what? I'm good on giving to charity to people, but that doesn't mean that my relationships have to feel that way, right? Maybe I want somebody who's strong enough to be able to give to charity as well, right? And not the robbing Peter to pay Paul type of charity, okay? Because now look, I'm not trying to diss anybody if they're got a lot of cash around or something, but you know what I mean? Like, you can't take the money out of the blind man's cup just to give it to the nuns down the street. You know what I'm saying? Like, okay. All right. Again, the devil is an illusion here. Okay. So whatever this person thinks about your situation or thinks they have to say about your situation, you can just be like, you know what? You wanted to create your own magical little world and kingdom, and now you're welcome to sit in it by yourself, right? You know, and it's like, see how this mirror, it's like they it's like they didn't even want you to be able to see yourself. It's like they just wanted their imprint on you to somehow ruin this new beginning that you have, literally. I mean, when they say new beginning in a reading, look what you have here. You have the Lovers cards and the Four of Wands with the Fool. Okay? So I think this is, if you've been questioning something, this is your message to say, like, it's okay to take that leap of faith towards, you know what I mean, this happiness here. Like, it's okay, right? And in part two, this person may have also recognized like you know what I mean? Like versus the people of the past who just saw you as like kind of a, you know, like, well, just kind of do what the collective does, or just kind of stay close to the collective, and you know, like using this like trickle down economics theory, right? And it's like, well, that's not exactly how this is going to go. All right. Okay. So, their limitations trying to block your abundance is not going to happen. Right. So that's why they're like, they're definitely late to the party here. Um, I wouldn't say that you have to be like, you know, restraining order type thing, you know, hopefully not. I mean, I've had to live through that. It's unfortunately a very unpleasant thing to have to do. Um, you know, but sometimes it's necessary. You know, when somebody breaks into your house, it's like, well, I guess I need to have a restraining order on you now. So, yeah, you're not gonna kick down the doors and get away with it, are you? And it's like the same old lies. It's the same old stories, right? It's like during retrograde, did you find out anything, you know, that was like, yeah, it's like you're like, thanks for the info. I'm good. You're with the Two of Wands. You're like, you know, you're like, I can add it to my collection over here. I don't have to decide on it right now. You know, I'm just pondering. And this devil here thought that you had to be caught up in pondering with them, and they might have been having you do like these mental gymnastics or whatever, or trying to gaslight you and be like, no, I wasn't there. I was at, you know, my relative's house. And it's like, actually, Google Maps says you weren't. Four of Cups. The internet history is a doozy. So yeah, you're kind of more like all of that where it's like they thought you were gonna jump up for them and you're like, actually I'm just good, like kind of chilling right now. Um that's part of what's kind of, and it could be like kind of retesting you in a way. All right, for some of you, if you forgot to like slip into the self-care mode for some reason. Um, but again, I think that's kind of one of those things what they wanted to see. You know what I mean? Like they wanted to see you in despair, blah blah blah, and you're like, I don't know, view looks pretty good right now. You know? So for a lot of you, this is like somebody's like actually stepped up to the plate, or this could be somebody, if you haven't met them, that you're going to meet very soon. Okay. Um, somebody that has that kind of potential, right? Um, Now this person may be like, well, I had potential, right? It's like, well, yeah, and you had time to display what that potential could be, and again, the display was not enough for you to want to move your feet in that direction, right, collective? Okay. Um, Now, if somebody thinks that means they can just like come up on in your zone, like, no, right? Um, especially as a woman, when you're talking about like physically, there's people that'll come up and be like, think that your body is, their playground, right? They're like, oh, your body's a wonderland. I'm gonna, try and poke at you or smack your butt or grab at your butt or whatever. And it's like, do I actually know you? Oh, that was some of my first experience going out. We were not in our home city either. And it was like, okay, the first time it's like, felt like a bump. Second time it's like, obviously somebody behind me. And I whipped my head around and I was just like, all right, which one of you? Which one of you did it? And my friend was like, oh, I'm almost embarrassed, that I was like, kind of calling these dudes out. But it's like, I didn't know these guys. Like, we were just standing there. The reason we were there is because our coworker's brother's band was, you know what I mean? Like playing, so we're just literally just standing there. It's like, no, I did not give you permission to grab my ass. The Emperor, right, collective? Because maybe you already know who's going to be doing that. And it's an Emperor on duty. Um, it's not old slick shoes over here. Okay? It's totally not. You're like, I tried that, and according to my self-care plan, it's a bust. Do not recommend, right? Like 0.5 stars. I would give it 0 stars, but it's just that kind of thing. You're just so done with it, right? So, this could even appear like aggressive to somebody, and maybe it's just because they don't understand, like, in and in isn't it the year of the dragon? Yeah, it's like they woke the dragon, okay? And it's like, sorry you didn't know I do practice swinging this giant staff again, like around with martial arts for exercise. Sorry you didn't know that. Now you do. Back the F up, right? Like, but also, collective, I feel like you're going towards people who are part of your soul tribe, okay? And that's why you have like kind of this emperor at your back here if you're the feminine energy, or if you happen to be the masculine energy, you're just very much like, yeah, I may not have looked like it before, but actually I have my stuff together, so you can, like get off my lawn, right? My very well mowed and manicured and treated lawn, actually. Right. So even keep your weeds over there, please. Thankfully, most of my neighbors treat their lawn. 8 of Cups. I know I got a lot of dandelions this year. I don't know why I feel like there's just like two types of people, like those who treat their lawns and those who don't. But not everybody has lawns to treat, not every homeowner is that kind of homeowner. Yeah, Page of Pentacles. I feel like some people collective that thought they were on equal footing with you are realizing there's some differences, right? They may have some thoughts about it, but actually I feel like what they're gonna do is kind of realize that either they need to do some soul searching or whatever. And I feel like you're protecting your energy enough that you're just going to be able to kind of release a lot of this stuff. Okay. And you're kind of going to get some, I would say peace and quiet that you didn't necessarily have before. So, it's like you see the Fool here, you see, you think the Lovers, you might be like, oh my God, is this, the Devil card? Like, oh, is this an emotional roller coaster? Well, um, you know, when you weren't getting what you deserved, yeah, that's maybe how it felt, right? But it's not feeling that way anymore, okay? Because you recognized who you are and you're sliding quickly, right? So somebody could have literally, slid into the DMs and have kind of like taken over that spot, right? Okay. What else do we have for this collective? I'm gonna do some Moonology cards for you. I think I'm gonna get an Amazon wish list going for tarot and oracle decks. If there's some out there that you guys would like me to use, I kind of just stick to. I have some main decks here, but if there's some specific ones, I'm gonna put that together, and you guys consider that a donation to the channel. Else you can also donate to the channel by going to my Ophelia's Band PayPal link or booking a reading. So, and of course, the 100% free way to support the channel is to hit the like button or to subscribe. And if you are a subscriber and don't want to miss any uploads, downloads, messages to you, hit the notification bell, okay? So what else does this collective need to know? So I feel like this Mercury retrograde being over is very important for some folks. They would say that's a time for your electronics also to be kind of weird. So that might be kind of done with, right? And Gemini is also a very communicative sign as well. Okay, so in this being right in your central position, so some of that communication may be flowing now, whereas before, it was, you had the illusion maybe of it being blocked. Okay, where it's like all of a sudden you're going to see things open up. Okay, yeah, a fiery climax approaches full moon in Aries. So I believe we have Aries birthdays happening currently in the springtime. Yes, we still are in Aries. Maybe on our way to Taurus here very shortly. So with this Lovers card here, like for some of you, this could be like you and this person getting together, you know, somebody from the past is like, well, yeah, I know what I would do. And it's like, yeah, we saw what you would do. Okay. Because history has shown what you would do. You know what I mean? That's like, it's, you know, I don't know. How many tries do you need, right? For somebody to show you how they want to behave, how they want to act. Like maybe that's just their, that's their personality, that's their behavior. And then collective, you have to decide, obviously, if that's something you want to deal with or not, right? And this is what I feel like you're very unimpressed with, because you feel like the energy, and I feel like definitely that's coming through the reading, the energy is the same as it was before, okay? Expect powerful change. So yeah, if you're not kowtowing to this, like getting into whatever. This could even be like old arguments, like among family members, like things like that, saying, well, are you sure you want to be, married? Or are you sure? Oh, wait, you're cohabitating? Like, oh, you're not going to get married? Like, there's somebody who has like an opinion here, and you don't really And yeah, it's like, well, I don't know, and you're like looking at this person thinking, is this person's relationship so great? Right? Um, they say don't throw the baby out with the bathwater, right? And I feel like that's true when it comes to advice, but sometimes you really have to like consider the source, okay? Luck is on your side, new moon in Sagittarius. So there's that fire again. Sagittarius is also opposite Gemini. We may have Gemini here, the lovers. So for some of you, I feel like you may think that this is like some kind of lucky break or something. And it's just like, yeah, you can kind of relax a little bit, right? Because it's saying here luck is on your side. Okay, even though this fiery climax approaches, like you're used to it being like this double thing, right? But really what you're focusing on here is more this like, you know, this kind energy, this give and take energy, that kind of thing. Okay. All right. Yeah, you could definitely have an emperor in your, if you're this Queen of Pentacles, you could definitely have an emperor in your, wanting to be in your energy, okay? Nothing will come of this situation, okay? So if you are feeling nervous about, whatever this, devil energy here is, um, I don't think you have to be, it's like you don't have to worry about it, okay? Because again, this is kind of like they're just going to be spinning in their wheels, right? Um, yeah, definitely a, you made your bed, now lie in it type of thing where, you know, maybe they got news of something. Um, I'm hearing, definitely to stay humble. Maybe that's part of what this Eight of Cups is. So definitely being grateful and thankful for the space that you do have, even if you might come off as a little defensive at first. Um, you may encounter some people where that creates a little bit of conflict, and that's part of this powerful change, but they're going to see you, especially if you're this masculine energy, they're going to see you as this emperor and realize like, oh, I shouldn't have been messing around. Confidence is your key to success. Yeah, so stay confident. Okay. You definitely have that here with like the Fool card, right? Because that takes some major confidence to try and take that, first step and potentially into the unknown. Okay. Yeah. A new start is coming. Okay. So, collective, I feel like that's all I have for you today. Um, Again, I didn't want to get too heavy on the message. I say things like that, and then it's like, wow, we really like kind of went into it here. But this luck is on your side. The Lover's card, the Emperor and the outcome, and you having the Queen of did I say Queen of Wands? I meant Queen of Pentacles, you guys. If I've been saying Queen of Wands this whole reading, it's definitely the Queen of Pentacles here. So just this is why I like for you guys to see the cards necessarily and not like me necessarily, because you know I think you get out of it as much as seeing me. So with that being said, I think I'm gonna go ahead and call it. We're already over 30 minutes here, so until next time, please manifest wisely. Bye bye.